Hello everyone, my name is Lester and in this video we will be discussing about the major art movement and painting techniques in art. What is naturalism? Proponent Emile Zola, Gustave Courbet, and other 19th century writers and artists. In America, Frank Norris and Theodore Dreiser were key figures. Flourishing context: late 19th and early 20th centuries during the Industrial Revolution and significant social change. Beliefs and practices sought to portray life objectively, influenced by scientific determinism, emphasized that human behavior is determined by heredity and environment, rejecting free will. Artistic interpretation focus on gritty realism and unvarnished depictions of life, often highlighted the harsh realities faced by individuals in a different universe. My short reflection: naturalism's unflinching portrayal of reality serve as a powerful form of social commentary, prompting discussions about pressing social issues. What is humanism? Proponent Petrarch, Leonardo Bruni, Erasmus, and other Renaissance scholars. Colossi Salutati was also an important figure. Flourishing context: Renaissance period starting in Italy in the 14th century. Beliefs and practices emphasize the value of human beings' individual potential and the study of classical texts. Focus on human entries and experiences rather than pure religious themes. Artistic interpretation lead to new forms of art and literature, emphasizing realism and human emotion. Encourage the study of humanities, including literature, philosophy, history, and art. My short reflection: humanism marked a significant shift from medieval scholasticism, fostering critical thinking and challenging traditional authority. What is fresco painting? Proponent Giotto, Michelangelo, Raphael, and other Renaissance artists. Flourishing context: ancient times through the Renaissance, particularly prominent in Italian Renaissance painting. Beliefs and practices: technique of mural painting executed upon freshly laid line plaster. Water is used as the vehicle for dry powder pigment to merge with the plaster. Artistic interpretation: durable artwork where the image becomes an integral part of the wall surface. Two main types: bone fresco or true fresco and fresco secco. My short reflection: fresco painting has preserved stories and athletics of ancient civilizations, with its permanence making it an integral part of architecture. What is tempera painting? Proponent Doshu, an artist from the Bengal school art. Andrei Rublev also used tempera. Flourishing context: from the 12th or early 13th century until the 15th century, when it was superseded by oil painting. Beliefs and practices: painting medium consisting of pigments mixed with a water-soluble binder, usually glutinous material such as egg yolk. Artistic interpretation: known for creating fine details and vibrant colors, dries quickly, allowing artists to work efficiently. My short reflection: tempera's ability to create fine details and vibrant colors made it a prominent medium in various artistic periods. What is oil painting? Proponent Jan van Eyck and other Northern European artists. Flourishing context: became popular in Northern Europe during the 15th century. Beliefs and practices. Technique that uses pigments suspended in oil, typically linseed oil, allows for a high degree of flexibility, enabling artists to build up layers of paint. Artistic interpretation creates vibrant colors and detailed textures, allows for greater manipulation of color and texture, leading to innovations in shading and light effects. My short reflection. Oil paintings, flexibility, and vibrant colors transform artistic practices, allowing for more detailed and realistic representations. Impressionism. Proponents: Claude Monet, Edgar Degas, Agustín Renoir, Camille Pissarro, Alfred Sisley. Flourishing context: France, late 19th century, 1860 to 1880s. Beliefs and practices emphasize on accurate depiction of light, visible brush strokes, open composition, ordinary subject matter, and inclusion of movement. Artistic interpretation capturing the fleeting qualities of light and the essence of a movement. My short reflection. Impressionism revolutionized painting by focusing on sensory experience and the transient effects of light and color. Cubism. Proponent: Pablo Picasso, George Braque, Juan Gris, John Metzinger, and Albert Gleizes. Flourishing context: Paris, early 20th century, 1907 to 1920s. Beliefs and practices analyzing, breaking up, and reassembling subjects in abstract forms, depicting subjects from multiple perspectives, and using geometric design. Artistic interpretation representing subjects in a greater context by showing them from various viewpoints simultaneously. My short reflection. Cubism revolutionized visual arts by challenging traditional perspective and paving the way for abstract art. Fauvism. Proponents: Henri Matisse, André Dren, George Braque, and Maurice de Blomec. Flourishing context: France, early 20th century, 1905 to 1910. Beliefs and practices: use of strong, non-naturalistic colors, bold brushwork, simplified forms, and visual distortions. Artistic interpretation expressing a subjective and spontaneous response to nature through vibrant colors and energetic application of paint. My short reflection. Fauvism liberated color from its representational role, emphasizing its expressive and emotional potential. Expressionism. Proponents: Edvard Munch, Ernst Ludwig Kirchner, Emil Noldi, and Franz Marc. Flourishing context: Northern Europe, early 20th century, particularly Germany before World War I. Beliefs and practices presenting the world from a subjective perspective, distorting it for emotional effect, using free brushwork, heightened color, and jog forms. Artistic interpretation expressing emotional experience and deeper meaning rather than physical reality. Short reflection. Expressionism can be the turmoil and anxieties of the modern world through intense emotions and visual distortion. Dadaism. Proponents: Hugo Ball, Marcel Duchamp, Hannah Hawke, and Jane Arp. Flourishing context: Zurich and Berlin during World War I in the early 1920s. Beliefs and practices: rejecting logic, reason, and anti-theism, embracing nonsense, chance, and irrationality, and challenging social artistic norms. Artistic interpretation proving that anything would be art to highlight the meaningless of traditional art and society. My short reflection. Dadaism questioned the foundations of art and culture, serving as a protest against the absurdity and destruction of law. Surrealism proponents Andre Breton, Salvador Dal, René Magritte, and Joan Miro. Flourishing context Paris 1920s to 1950s. Beliefs and practices exploring the unconscious mind, depicting illogical or dreamlike scenes, using surprise, unexpected juxtapositions, and non-sequiturs. Artistic interpretation resolving contradictory conditions of dream and reality into a super reality and expressing the actual functioning of truth without reason or moral concerns. My short reflection. Surrealism sought to unlock the creative potential of the unconscious, creating bizarre and dreamlike imagery that challenge perceptions of reality. Pop art. Proponents Andy Warhol, Richard Hamilton, Eduardo Paulo, Easy, and Robert Indiana. Flourishing context United Kingdom and United States, mid-1950s to 1960s. Beliefs and practices including imagery from popular and mass culture, using mechanical means of reproduction and emphasizing banal or kitschy elements with irony. Artistic interpretation challenging traditions of fine art by incorporating everyday objects and mass-produced images. My short video reflection. Pop art blurred the boundaries between high and low culture, reflecting the consumerism and mass media of the post-war era.